thank you for being around on this wonderful Saturday evening in Singapore. My name is Miss Suchi. I'm known as Empowerment and Laughter Coach. I'm the only female laughter coach in the whole world who conducts 100 types of laughter exercises. I'm the Vice President, Southeast Asia Global Goodwill Ambassador. It's a team of 1,700 volunteers who are doing good works. I have written a book. It's called Code to Happiness. It's a practical, it gives the readers practical guidelines to practice gratitude, because I believe strongly that gratitude changes your brain chemistry. Yeah, so that's Miss Suchi. I'm a former principal, International Preschools of Singapore. I have worked as in a brain development school as a trainer for many years. Okay, let's go to the next slide. Now, before we talk about boosting your happy hormones and how all these things, which is like so important, are being taken for granted, and people not knowing exactly how to take the dosage of happy hormones, they feel sad, low, depressed. Some of them even think of committing suicide. So I have saved 26 people who were having suicidal thoughts. I have also saved 57 people from depression. There is no need for them to be on pills, because there were people who were on pills and they got rid of the pills. It's all about knowing how strongly we are built, the way we are built, our anatomy, our cell chemistry, our brain chemistry, and making some changes in our lifestyles and routines in order to make sure that we feel empowered. We get a dosage of happy hormones. So the topic is boost your happy hormones. Now I have a lot of testimonials, a lot of positive feedback given by people who have tried it on. So it's proven, yeah, it's proven that what I do when I work with people, the laughter therapy, is very miraculous. All right, so let's move to the next slide. What is stress? Now, before we zoom into laughter therapy, it's really important to know what is stress. We hear people talking about I'm stressful, but when I ask what is stress, they tend to blame each other for causing stress. Like, you cause me stress, but they don't really know what stress is. So in order for us to manage stress, it's important to learn what is stress. Stress is primarily a physical response. We are built very beautifully. I continue to say this is so empowering to know that we are built very fantastically. So when we understand this, it's very empowering. Our body is built with a protective mechanism. When we see or perceive something which is going to harm us, is going to attack us, our brain would automatically release a mixture of neurochemicals like norepinephrine, adrenaline, cortisol, in order for us to take the action so that we can save ourselves, and that is stress. Isn't that wonderful that if we do not have the ability to feel stressful, if we're driving a car, someone comes in front, we would just go straight without pulling the brakes and without using our steering wheel to turn somewhere else where we try to save that person ourselves, because we are built with this mechanism, protective mechanism, to save ourselves. It's so important to not to feel stressful about stress anymore, because it's very empowering that stress is primarily a physical response. When we see something as, or perceive, not only see, but really like perceive, because people perceive a lot. They there are assumptions, and they even see things which are not even there yet. So stress is primarily a physical response. Our body is our body gets ready to take the action, and that is stress. So I hope that the participants, around has 16 of them, I hope that all of you, and when we share it further so that it can reach to like thousands of people, they feel very relaxed after knowing that stress is nothing but primarily a physical response. In order for us to take care of ourselves and to protect ourselves, our brain releases a mixture of neurochemicals, and so that we get ready to save ourselves, and that is stress. And that is so wonderful, right? Okay, next slide. How do people manage? So this is so important to even like look around and notice, like when you hear somebody throwing things around, shouting, screaming, and getting angry and upset very easily, not having good appetite or eating a lot than usual, You see people avoiding each other. So people use various ways to manage stress. Generally, what I have noticed is people fight with each other. Like they shout at their subordinates, and in their at workplace, when at home, when they shout at their family members, and they flight, like they try to avoid people which they think are causing stress. So it's flight, fight, and freeze. When you hear somebody saying that I don't know what to do, you need to know that that person is not receiving enough oxygen and blood supply to the brain, because the oxygen and blood supply which is needed to take the action are hands and legs. So the digestion is getting affected. The person is not in a good mood, and the person loses the ability to think straight because he or she is not getting enough oxygen and blood supply towards the brain. So that's freeze. Like this brain is almost frozen and losing the ability to think straight. So we don't want to fight with people because we don't want to ruin our personal relationships and professional image. We don't want to flight, and we don't want to keep away. How long you want to keep away with your friends, family members, and colleagues that you're trying to avoid? Husband says, I'm going to go back home late because my wife is causing me stress. Wife says, my husband is back, he causes me stress, so I better be on the phone with my friend. People tend to avoid each other because they think that the other person is causing them stress. So we also want to make sure that we know how to think straight. We don't want to lose the ability to think straight. So it's so important then to not to use flight, fight, and freeze, but learn how to manage stress using healthier ways. Let's go to the next slide. What are the healthier ways to manage stress? So talking to your friends and family members really work. When I saved 26 people from committing suicide, most of them, when they shared their stories, they are alive, they're doing really well. But when they shared their stories with me, I realized that when they tried to tell their family members, it was their requests and their concerns were not taken seriously by their family members, and I could save them. But we also hear a lot of stories about people being very stressful, and then like when they try to talk to their friends and family members, no one takes them seriously, and they lose hope and they end their lives. That's becoming so common these days. So the healthier ways to manage stress, number one, be talking to your friends and family members, provided that all of them have also learned how to manage stress using healthier ways. So they are ready, like bring it on, tell me what your problem is. Because if one person is stressful, the other person is stressful, and both of them are talking, they are just passing negative energy and stress to each other. So their different stress levels are increasing then, and their brain will release more stress hormones than happy hormones. So talking to your friends and family members only work when all the family members have learned how to manage stress. Exercise is very important. So if even if it's for 30 minutes, you just have to excuse yourself and exercise so that you get dosage of happy hormones and you know how to manage stress using healthier ways. Now you hear a lot, you read a lot about exercise, but when you check your schedule, like, did I exercise today? Did I do my 30 minutes workout? So most of us will tend to say, no, I couldn't, because it's so important to manage stress by doing simply by just going for a walk, jog, run, whatever suits you. Like in our country, Singapore, at this moment, although there are cases, we are encouraged to put on a mask and go out and exercise. It's good for mental health. Learn a new language or skill, because when you learn a new language or skill, you do goal setting. You set your goals and you break them into smaller goals, tiny achievable goals. Your brain will release happy hormones. Eat bananas. So there are some food items you can eat which are good for managing stress. I'm not talking about chocolate with a lot of sugar in it, but chocolate which is bitter, 90 to 95% cocoa powder. That chocolate is good. It's bitter though, but it's good for managing stress. You need to really know what suits you, because there are people, like one person might be finding dancing very relaxing, but the other one might feel that dancing is causing him or her stress. So I would suggest that reflective journaling is very important. So we need to also know that you are stressful, because of those who have committed suicide, they didn't even know that they were stressful, they were depressed. I came across a lady a few months back. She told me that when she is waiting for the train, she wants to jump into the train. When she sees the train coming, she just wants to jump. So she was not even aware that she is having suicidal thoughts and she was under a lot of stress. So it becomes so important to know that you are under stress. So reflective journaling is about what makes me feel stressful and what makes me feel relaxed. There are so many ways you can choose, like gardening, cooking, picking up a new hobby, like learning a new language or playing a musical instrument, or joining group exercises like online aerobics. You exercise together, you do things together. Like, there are so many things you can do. So you need to then find out what makes you feel stressful, because people are not aware that they are stressful. So it's common, like, okay, shouting, screaming, throwing things around, like throwing tantrums, or trying to avoid each other, or not having the ability to think straight is becoming so common these days. So people are not aware they are stressful. So it's important to know what makes you feel stressful and what makes you feel relaxed. So that's reflective journaling. That's one of the ways you can learn how to manage stress. Last but not the least is laughter therapy. So what I did was I picked up some laughter exercises from a local coach, and I didn't want to stop there because I realized that people just go to the garden and pop like ho ho ha ha, and they come back home and they're still under stress and they're still not feeling good about themselves. So I studied it further. I studied brain science, brain development. I worked in a school where we used to conduct activities to develop right brain cells. So there are so many things I did in order for me to become the laughter coach, the only female laughter coach in the whole world who conducts 100 types of exercises, and I'm saving lives by doing that. So when I did that, I just didn't want to stop at just ho ho ha ha. So I studied more about it. So laughter therapy is one of the ways you can manage your stress levels using healthier ways. Let's go to the next slide. What are happy hormones? Like, in order for us to manage our stress hormones, we don't want to have a lot of stress hormones. We only need them when there is something which is harmful to us, which is going to attack us, or we are in some kind of threat. Then we need to have our stress hormones. But if we continue, our brain continues to release norepinephrine, adrenaline, and cortisol, and other neurochemicals. We have this urge to, like, I need to take action, and then anxiety kicks in and depression kicks in, and then people start to have suicidal thoughts, and when they try to talk to other people for a moment, they don't understand, and then they lose their life. So it's so important to learn what are happy hormones and how can we get them. And it's not like you need to, like as I mentioned, you need to take pills, or it's so simple. The happy hormones are called serotonin, dopamine, and endorphins. And it's not difficult to get them. I'm going to go through with you very soon to tell you various ways to get the dosage of happy hormones. One of the very simple way is hugging your friends and family members, even pets. So when you breathe in from your nose and you breathe out from your mouth, when you hug and you do that for 3 seconds, your brain will release happy hormones. Cooking a meal together as a family can help you get dosage of happy hormones. Exercise, when you exercise for 30 minutes, walk, jog, run, any sort of exercise which suits you. There are so many types. Like these days, there are so many videos about it. Like you can do it together with your friends, or you can do it alone. So that would also help you get the dosage of happy hormones. Sniff vanilla. So the day you're feeling very overwhelmed, very anxious, and you're feeling like, I cannot think straight, and I'm like losing my temper, I'm getting very angry easily, very good to have vanilla essence at home and sniff vanilla. You can also burn lavender candles. Sleeping well is a huge topic. Like one of the days we can have a webinar on how to sleep well. Sleeping well would help you get dosage of happy hormones. It also helps our brain cells to develop some new networks, and body cells to also rejuvenate. So practice relaxation. When I conduct laughter therapy, what I do is I play nice soothing music with piano sounds, and I use my voice to calm my clients down. Like, breathe in, relax your toes, breathe in, something like that. That's just like how I do it. So relaxation is very important. Again, like what makes you feel relaxed might not make the other person feel relaxed. So you need to find them. So there are so many video clips, so many videos on YouTube, relaxation music with water sounds. I use that all the time, and it's very effective. pick up a new skill. When you do that, and especially when you plan yourself really well and you celebrate it, your brain will release dosage of happy hormones. Last but not the least, laughter therapy. So it's not about just ho ho ha or watching a comedy and just like watching for some time and just like then getting angry again. It's all about really working on ourselves to get rid of any past bad impressions, to get rid of any negative energy in the body, to practice deep breathing, to say positive affirmations aloud, because when we use positive language, words carry energy, words carry power, words can change our brain chemistry and body chemistry. So it's so important to say positive affirmations aloud. So scientifically, it's proven that in order to take dosage of happy hormones, if you laugh out loud using your belly for 15 to 20 minutes, your brain will release endorphins. So that these are the happy hormones, and these are various ways you can get it. Let's go to the next one. What are stress hormones? Stress hormones, as I mentioned before, adrenaline, norepinephrine, cortisol. We only need it when we need to save ourselves, and these are not good hormones because stress hormones cause us to have high blood pressure. Our sugar levels would be higher if our stress hormones are going to grow, and there are so many negative effects of having stress hormones. And you see these days, because of COVID-19 spread, many people are complaining of feeling very stressful, and their brain is continuously releasing because they are feeling anxious, they're feeling uncertain, and they don't know what's going to happen in the future. And there are cases of suicide as well. So what are stress hormones? Stress hormones are the ones which cause us to feel anxious, and just in that urge to like, I need to take action, I need to take action, I need to save myself, something is not good, fear of missing out, and what's missing in my life, and that's not good for our health. So we don't want to have them. We want to have them just in small quantity because we want to save ourselves, right? Okay, next slide. Thank you. What is laughter therapy? I'm so passionate about it because I picked up some exercises from a local coach, and I didn't want to stop there because I realized that when people laugh out loud for 15 to 20 minutes in a garden and they go back home and they still feel very agitated and angry, and some people watch comedy for some time and they say, oh, I have laughed enough, but they just use this part of their body to like, and it doesn't work because in order to take the dosage of happy hormones, you need to practice belly laughter. This is your belly. So you need to laugh out loud using your belly, like ha, ha. That's like for 15 to 20 minutes. When you do that, your brain will not know whether it's a fake laughter or real laughter. It would still release happy hormones. So it's like that easy. So laughter therapy is designed by me. What I did was I picked up exercises, then I didn't want to stop there. So what I did like an introduction, which is I'm doing now, this introduction. And after that, I would go through the whole therapy with my client. That is in introduction, then simple stretching. So I get my clients to do simple stretching because some of the clients have very sedentary lifestyle, so they're not exercising enough. So I do simple stretching with them, like stretch to your right, stretch to your left, kind of very fun way. And then after that, we do deep breathing. So I get them to take really deep breaths because most of the people, when they are busy, they tend to take shallow breaths. So deep breathing is really important for us to feel relaxed. So after various types of deep breathing, not just one type, I get them to go into practicing exercises. So I have created 100 types of laughter exercises. Once they are done with the exercises, when they are really like they have laughed out loud using their bellies, I get them to do say positive affirmations aloud in between exercises. So it's like, I'm happy, I'm awesome, I'm power, I'm the millionaire, I am rich, I am blessed, I am loved. Those kind of positive affirmations which are known to change our brain chemistry and body chemistry. So our body is made up of 70% of water. Our body is made up of tissues, and there are cells in it. Those cells contain water. So I had done an experiment where I cut an apple to two parts. So I put into two bowls, and I spoke to one of I took one bowl away and I spoke to those apples. I very angrily. I used a lot of negative words. I usually don't use negative words, but just for that experiment, I did that. And the other, when I brought that back in the same environment, same temperature, same room, both the bowls were kept. And then I took the other bowl away, and then I spoke to those apple slices very lovingly, like, I love you. You're so juicy. Oh, look at you. You're so red. You're gonna give me a lot of vitamins, right? And then I just very lovingly spoke to these apples and brought them back. And after 2 to 3 days, the apples, which were spoken lovingly, were still in good shape and size and color and overall appearance. But the other bowl, which were like those slices which I spoke to with a lot of negative words, those apple slices were turning green, blue, black because there was this fungus developing on it. So it's so important to understand that what we say about ourselves is changing our body, the crystals, water crystals in our body. So we cannot stop other people from saying bad things about us. We cannot do that, but we can continue to say good things about ourselves. So don't be a self-critic. 17 participants here, please don't be a self-critic. Please don't say things like I'm not good, I'm not brainy, I'm not intelligent, I'm not beautiful, I'm not handsome. Please don't say that. From today onward, what you can do is when you wake up in the morning, you look into the mirror and you praise yourself. You say good things about yourself just for you to change your body's water crystals. Your cell contains water and their water crystals will be better, like beautiful looking, and it would change overall, change your brain chemistry for good, and you would attract a lot of good things in your life. So scientifically it's proven that words carry energy, words carry power. So after that experiment, I started to create awareness about it, and I weaved in positive affirmation in that therapy, laughter therapy. Okay, and once it's all done, then I get the participants to either lie down or sit up straight and tall. Then I play nice soothing music with piano sounds, and I use my voice to get them to do progressive muscle relaxation. That's where I get them to relax each and every muscle of their body. So that is laughter therapy. I'm so passionate about it. Due to COVID-19 spread, I'm not traveling these days, but I travel around the world to create awareness about it because this is a very simple way for us to save more lives. And I would like to save more lives. I would like to reach out to more people. Today, my followers built to the number is 33K, and I would like to reach out to more so that I can save more lives. And together we can do that. So those who are present here, please know that stress can be managed. Please know that getting the dosage of happy hormones is in our hands by making slight changes in our routines and lifestyle. And once we boost our happy hormones, and we get a lot of dosage of happy hormones, our stress hormones are going to go lower, and we can live a very happy and successful life. Okay, let's go to the next slide. What are the benefits of laughter therapy? So again, scientifically it's proven, and when I have a lot of testimonials, a lot of people who have given me positive feedback. So there was once I was conducting a laughter therapy at a senior acuity center. There was this elderly senior who came with a heartache, who's having heart pain. He was standing at the side, and he joined in when I was doing progressive muscle relaxation. And after that session, he said that his heartache is gone. So when we say that not just like this part of the body, but when we laugh out loud using our belly, we practice saying positive affirmations aloud, we practice deep breathing. All these things are good for our cardiac health. It's good for our overall physiology as well. It uplifts moods instantly. It takes you on an instant vacation. It boosts the release of secretion of happy hormones and works well on your abs. Yeah, it works very well on your abs. Yeah, these are the benefits. And it also takes away slight pain in your body. So if there is slight pain in the shoulders and knees, I also have testimonials on my YouTube channel. So I'm known as Miss Suchi. If you want to connect with me, know more about me, just Google Miss Suchi. You will know all my social media platforms. So you know how people have shared that I came with her session with some, not a lot of pain, but slight pain in shoulders and knees. It was gone after attending the session. So those are the benefits of laughter therapy. Just because people take laughter as something which is like, okay, it's for granted, they don't really laugh out loud using their bellies, they laugh using their facial part for some time, they can't enjoy the benefits. All right, let's move to the next one. So now you have the power to get the dosage of happy hormones to live a happy and successful life. I hope my session has helped you to understand what stress is, what are happy hormones, what are stress hormones, how to get a dosage of happy hormones, and what are the benefits of laughter therapy. And or maybe one day when I fly to your country, I would conduct it in real for you to participate, where we do simple clapping, deep breathing, or we laugh out loud using our bellies. You'll be doing a lot of laughter exercises together, and then I'll get you to do progressive muscle relaxation. So I hope that this presentation has helped you in some way or other to feel empowered about now you have the ability to manage stress using healthier ways. So if it this way, like if you really enjoy it, what we can do is, okay, let's go to the next one first. So I'm just going to wrap up, and the next one is, oh yeah, these are my contact details, but I don't do private chatting. So if you write to me, I'm not going to respond. Like I don't do like hi, good morning. I don't do that. Just connect with me on social media platforms. Follow me, and I would attend to you if there is any query. Okay, these are my contact details. Okay, so we can stop share screen, and Fernanda can be on screen.